towards the basket, misses one.
Well, hello once again, and welcome to another episode of Inside IUE Sports. I'm your host, Caleb Gillock, and as always, we've got another great show all the way for you here today. But first, I'm joined with one of the top 10 free throw shooters in the country over the last 3 seasons. That's Mackenzie Campbell. Mac, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's been a few weeks since the season ended. What's it been like?
A big adjustment, not having to go to practice and workouts every morning. Kind of nice to sleep in, but definitely miss it.
All right, well, as I mentioned at the beginning there, you're one of the top 10 free throw shooters in the country during your 3 years as an IUE Red Wolf. What was that like, having that on your back?
The only pressure came from myself. I'm a perfectionist, so every time I'd get that 1 or 2 miss a game, I'd just be like, oh, it would just drive me crazy, eat at me the rest of the afternoon. But I don't know. It was really cool, I guess, to keep it consistent the past 3 years, but I don't know. It was pretty nice.
Do you know what your percentage was over the last 4 years?
I have no idea. I mean,
it was up there, I'm sure.
It went from 90s to 80s to middle 80s. I don't know.
All right. Still pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, how was it that you became such a good free throw shooter? Was it something that you're just a natural at, or a lot of practice?
I'd say a little bit of both. When I was in high school and elementary school, middle school, whatever, my goal every night when the weather was nice, because obviously I only had an outdoor basketball goal, but was to shoot 500 free throws a night. And so I did that for many years. When I came to college, I didn't do it as much. I focused on my routine, kept it consistent. But other than that, just shot a lot of free throws.
And who taught you to shoot free throws?
Honestly, I don't know. Like, I went to some shooting camps, when I was younger, but nothing stands out. Like, no one specifically taught me. It was just kind of natural, I guess.
All right. Well, we know that this is probably something you don't really want to talk about, but you had that knee injury a couple years ago. Did that change anything for you as far as shooting?
Yes. Free throw wise, I came back. I didn't shoot free throws that much on the off year. It was more about strengthening, conditioning, that type of thing. I did shoot free throws, but not as many as I was used to shooting. So coming back, I did struggle getting into the whole using my legs. My legs were a little bit stronger. My upper body was a little bit weaker. So just kind of like trying to find the happy medium between how to use my legs and arms and whatnot. So my free throw percentage that year did go down a little bit, but it was okay still.
All right. So what's the most free throws that you've ever made consecutively, whether that be in practice or in a game?
Consecutive? Oh, I don't know. I mean, the most, when we would shoot 100, the most I ever made was 97 out of 100. But I don't know consistently how many consecutively I've made.
I do remember that one game. I can't even tell you who it was that you guys were playing, but there was a game you went like 16 or 17 or something at the line. That would have been like your freshman year.
I was going to say probably freshman year.
But, all right. Well, furthermore, what's the most important free throws that you've made in a game?
Most important, off the top of my head, I would say either the Point Park game from this year, the most recent game was at home. It was a very close game the whole time. Or the Olivet game, obviously wasn't as important as a conference game, but I remember I missed like 2 free throws against Olivet, and I thought I was going to lose the game for us. But I did hit big ones at the end that sealed the win. So, I mean, most recently, those are the ones I remember.
All right. Well, since we've been talking so much about the free throw, let's go ahead and break down your technique for shooting free throws. So what's kind of your pregame routine to start things off with?
Oh, gosh. I'm a very superstitious, very routine person. Pregame, I get there. I'm usually one of the first people there at the gym. I go in, try to separate the uniforms, whatever, get my stuff laid out, get dressed, put my uniform on first, then my shorts, socks, shoes, well, knee pads, then my shoes. Then I put some bio-free stuff on, mentally prepare myself in the locker room. Then I go out, go see Jesse for a little bit, heat, do that kind of thing. Then we start warm-ups.
All right. So for those that, let's break it down even further here.
Okay.
So what are you doing with your feet when you step up to the free throw line?
Okay. Well, first of all, Coach always makes fun of me for this, but I go from, I guess would be my right side, and I kind of loop around. And I wipe my shoes off, right, then left, just 'cause I have to, I don't know. With my left knee too, I have to like bring it up to myself and like wipe it off. I get made fun of that for the two. But then I step up, right foot first, make sure my left foot's back a little bit, and that's how my feet stay.
All right. And how are you holding the basketball?
Okay, first thing I do is I dribble 4 times, then I just spin it. I always make sure the laces go this way. Some people like put their finger on the hole and whatnot, but I just, however it lands, natural, and then go up with it.
All right. So then kind of just walk me through the mechanics of the shot.
I always try to keep it on the right side of my body. A big thing for me is when I know I'm going to make it or miss it is how my hand follows through. A lot of times I'll find myself going to the left, and it always takes the ball to the left side of the rim. So I just have to make sure that's all the way straight through, follow through. Some people, I look at the ball when I shoot, which is very different from most people that look at the rim. I've always looked at the ball.
Okay.
Every shot I take, I watch the ball. So kind of different, but it goes in.
So you aiming at the rim then, or?
I'm aiming at the rim,
Okay.
but I don't look at the rim. Like the initial when I go up here, I look at it, but then once it leaves my hands, I don't look at it again.
Oh, that's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
So if you were to start showing somebody today, say it's a younger basketball player that wants to learn to shoot free throws, what would you show them?
Definitely start in the charge circle. Start with form shooting just like that. That's how you just work your way back. Even before games, that's how I will do it too. After warm-ups, we have the little time where we get split up, shoot around, whatever. I will start with form shooting all the way around the basket and just work my way out to the free throw line. Just keeping that arm, elbow in, follow through. It's kind of the most important basics.
Now you yourself, you're a prime example that free throws win basketball games. So what would you have to say to somebody that wants to become such a good free throw shooter like you?
Takes work. Takes a lot of hours in the gym. Just takes a lot of shooting. I mean, that's really what it is. Free throws, it's not like much of like footwork, whereas like a jump shot or like coming off a screen or something like that would be. It's more of just staying consistent of what you do and do it well.
All right. Well, we talked a little bit ago that season's over. No more basketball for Mac. So
Yeah.
what's going on in the life of Mackenzie Campbell right now?
Well, right now just finishing up school, finals, beginning to work a few days a week.
Okay.
But I'm actually coaching a middle school team this summer, so that's
Okay.
going to take up some time, which I mean, I love that. I love working with the kids. We'll work on free throws. So
And where's that at?
it's in Rushville.
Rushville?
Yep.
Okay, so back in the hometown.
Yep.
All right. As far as a job, do you have any prospects yet on where you're going to go, what you're going to do?
I'm working at our family car dealership, Campbell Brothers in Rushville for now. My plan is to this summer begin my real estate license. It'll take probably about 2 months at least, and then kind of go from there, try to get into the real estate field. My family also owns rental properties, so I'd like to kind of help them with that, get into that side of it to help me later on in my career.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
All right. Well, there you have it from Mackenzie Campbell talking about her basketball career here at IU East, being such a good free throw shooter. Those videos that you saw just a little bit ago on the screen, those were from games where she went 12 for 12 and 9 for 9 in those games at the Charity Stripe. We'll go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back with more Inside IU Sports next.